What is up, you guys? It is Eric from the Anabolic Aliens. Today I'm here to give you 10 tips to increase your vascularity. Tip number 1, and this isn't really a tip, it's more of just a general statement, guys, and is that your genetics are going to play a huge role in this. So there are certain people, like I'm going to throw up this picture of Kyle from Colossus Fitness, and as you can see, his shoulders and even stemming into his chest and his upper arms are super vascular, and you'll compare them to something like, I'll even compare myself being Polish, German, and a little bit Irish as having very white skin and not very vascular at all. So there's two totally different worlds, even though Kyle works his butt off to stay super lean in order to increase his vascularity. Genetics will play a gigantic role. Number 2, get a tan. So if you're white, and I'll use myself again as an example, you are not going to show nearly as much muscle definition or vascularity as someone who has a tan. And this is because the light will actually reflect off your skin and make it have a more soft, glowing appearance compared to someone who has darker skin, where the darker shades of skin, so the tone based on basically the depth of your skin. So when you have muscle definition and you have a tan, the light hits it differently and will cast a different shadow across the muscle and the veins in order to make them look and appear more visible. Number 3, you gotta increase your overall muscle mass. So when you increase your overall muscle mass, you are actually pushing the veins closer to the surface of your skin because it doesn't have as much room. So basically, if you don't have a lot of muscle, the muscles aren't going to be pushing the veins up, right? Keeping that skin super tight. And the more muscle you have, the bigger your veins are going to have to get in order to feed those muscles the nutrients and oxygen from the blood that it needs. Tip number 4, want to make sure you have a low body fat percentage. And generally, this wants to be around 10%, because obviously the less fat you have, the more vascular you're going to have. And this is because your fat will basically store between the layer of skin you have on the surface and your muscles. So in between those two layers is going to be your layer of fat. And obviously if you have a big layer of fat covering your muscle, then obviously the veins aren't going to be visible because they're also going to be covered as well. Number 5 is supplements, and these are more of a temporary effect but can have a longer term effect depending on which one you use. And these are going to be supplements like arginine, citrulline, citrulline malate, agmatine sulfate, cayenne pepper, vitamin C. All of these things are going to cause a huge nitric oxide boost. And what this does is it causes vasodilation, basically going to widen your veins, allow for a more vascular appearance. But this will only really be effective if you have the low body fat percentage, if you have the good genetics, if you have a lot of muscle. So the supplements can benefit you, especially during a workout where your body is already primed to be have a lot of blood flow basically to the muscles, and then those supplements will basically take it over the next level, increasing the vascularity just a little bit more. Tip number 6 is to eat foods containing nitrates. So nitrates are things that are going to cause vasodilation. They will be in foods such as your leafy greens and also things like beets. And these foods, when you consume them, not only are they great for general health, but they will actually cause the veins to expand and allow more blood flow into the muscles. Tip number 7 is to eat foods that contain thermogenic properties. So basically when you're consuming these foods, it can be foods like cayenne pepper, spicy foods. All they're going to do is increase your core body temperature, and your body's mechanism against protecting it from being overheated is to push everything to the surface of your skin. So basically your veins are going to pop out a lot more. And this does kind of also vasodilate you, because when your body is at a higher temperature, your veins will become more pronounced and actually expand just a little bit, but mostly they're being pushed to the surface of the skin, causing more vascularity. Tip number 8 is to avoid low quality salts. So high quality salts and the low quality salts are a little bit different. The salts you're getting from your processed foods, your table salts, are going to cause a lot of water retention. And this is different than creatine water retention, right? So a lot of people have this misconception that creatine is going to store, pull all this water, make you look like bloated and gross and soft. But actually, creatine pulls water into the muscles. Sodium pulls water underneath the skin. Again, that layer of skin, like pushing the veins, the muscles towards skin. That sodium is going to fill that area with excess water, preventing the muscles from showing their definition, preventing the veins from popping through and also showing their definition. Tip number 9 is to drink more water. Basically, water is going to flush out all the sodium in your body. It's going to detoxify you. It's going to allow for better blood flow. How much water you need to drink is going to vary from person to person. So obviously you want to keep your urine at a slight yellow tint, not totally clear, not really yellow, like a low-calorie lemonade color, and that will keep you flushing out the sodium, allowing those veins to show, allowing your more muscular definition to show, so make sure you're drinking enough water. Finally, tip number 10 is just do more cardio, guys. And I know a lot of you guys probably don't like to do cardio, but the reason you should do this is because it's going to increase, doing cardio consistently, right? So doing it like multiple times every week consistently is going to increase the width of your capillaries and can also promote the building of new ones that lead into the muscle, allowing better blood flow to the whole body. You're strengthening the heart, you're strengthening the whole circulatory system, right? So by doing cardio, you are going to increase the vascularity of your entire body. Alright guys, those are my 10 tips on how to get more vascular. Maybe I should take some of this advice to heart. Again, there have been times where I was super vascular, and then there are times where I'm not. So it really does depend on your lifestyle factors, what you were doing in that week in order to get those. I am very sorry about these planes overhead. That is why today we are currently moving. This is my moving Santa hat. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will make sure I will see you in the next video. Leave any suggestions down below and I will get to it. Anyways guys, peace.
What is going on, you guys? So today we're bringing you an intense 5-minute at-home bicep workout. So a lot of you have been asking for it. It's been pretty tough finding a routine because you have to be pulling on something normally